The childhood of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. From the opening of his chest to losing loved ones, peace and blessings be upon you. Welcome to a new episode of our Syria series, where we narrate the life of Prophet Muhammad. Peace and blessings be upon him, from his birth to his passing in an engaging and accessible way. In this episode, we will explore his childhood, a period filled with remarkable events and emotional moments. From the miraculous opening of his chest to the sorrow of losing his mother and grandfather, and finally, his upbringing under the care of his uncle Abu Talib. How did these transitions shape his life? And how is he surrounded by divine care at every step? Stay with us to learn more. First stage, with Halima al-Sa'diyah. As was customary among the Arabs, his mother, Amina bint Wahb, sent him to a wet nurse in the desert to grow up in a pure and healthy environment. He was given to Halima al-Sa'diyah, who had no idea that this orphan child would one day change the world. From the moment she took him in, she noticed that blessings filled her home. Her milk increased, her livestock thrived, and her family's circumstances improved dramatically. When he reached the age of 2, she pleaded with his mother to let him stay longer. Amina agreed, allowing him to remain with Halima for a few more years. The miraculous opening of his chest. A few months later, while Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was playing with other children in the desert, an astonishing event occurred. Angel Gabriel came to him, laid him down, opened his chest, and removed a small black clot from his heart. Gabriel said, "This is the portion of Satan within you." Then he washed his heart with Zamzam water in a golden basin, sealed his chest, and left him unharmed. The other children ran in terror to Halima, shouting, "Muhammad has been killed." She rushed to find him pale and shaken. Fearing for his safety, she decided to return him to his mother in Mecca. Back to his mother, then losing her. Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, lived under his mother's care until he was 6 years old. One day, Amina decided to take him on a journey to Yathrib, Medina, to visit his father's grave. The journey covered over 500 kilometers. Along with her son, she was accompanied by their servant Ayman and the elderly caretaker Abdul Muttalib. They stayed in Yathrib for about a month before beginning their return journey. However, before they could reach Mecca, Amina fell severely ill. In a lonely place called Al-Abwa, between Mecca and Medina, she passed away, leaving her young son orphaned. Now, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, had lost both his parents. Little did he know that this was part of Allah's divine plan to prepare him for the great mission ahead. Under the care of his grandfather Abdul Muttalib, after his mother's passing, Ayman took him back to Mecca, where his grandfather Abdul Muttalib became his guardian. Abdul Muttalib, the respected leader of Quraysh, showed special care for his orphan grandson. He allowed him to sit beside him on a special mat near the Kaaba, something he never permitted even for his own sons. Whenever his uncles tried to move him away, Abdul Muttalib would say, "Leave my grandson alone. By Allah, he has a great destiny." He would then embrace him and gently stroke his back, sensing that this child had an extraordinary future ahead. Unfortunately, this period of comfort was short-lived. When Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was only 8 years old, his grandfather passed away, leaving him in the care of his uncle Abu Talib. Under the care of his uncle Abu Talib. Before his passing, Abdul Muttalib entrusted his grandson to Abu Talib, the full brother of the Prophet's late father, Abdullah. Although Abu Talib was not wealthy, he was known for his nobility and generosity. He treated Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, like one of his own children, giving him priority and protecting him with unwavering loyalty. His support lasted for over 40 years, even after the Prophet's declaration of Islam, when Quraysh opposed him. A sign of his blessings in Mecca. Even as a child, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was known for bringing blessings to those around him. One of the famous incidents from his childhood occurred when Mecca was suffering from a severe drought. The people turned to Abu Talib, asking him to pray for rain. Abu Talib took young Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, pressed his back against the Kaaba, and prayed. Within moments, the sky filled with clouds, rain poured down, and the valleys flourished. This event left a lasting impression on the people of Mecca, and Abu Talib later composed poetry about it. The fair-faced one, by whose countenance rain is sought, the refuge of orphans, the protector of widows, the journey to Syria and meeting Bahira the monk. At the age of 12, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, accompanied his uncle Abu Talib on a trade caravan to Syria. As they passed through Basra, a Christian monk named Bahira noticed them. He had never paid attention to Quraysh's caravans before, but this time he saw something extraordinary. He approached them, took the young boy's hand, and said, "This is the master of the worlds. This is the messenger of the Lord of the worlds. He will be sent as a mercy to mankind." Surprised, Abu Talib and the Quraysh elders asked how he knew. Bahira explained, "As you approached, every tree and stone bowed down to him, something that only happens for a prophet. Also, I see the seal of prophethood on his back, just as it is described in our scriptures. Fearing that the Romans or Jews might harm him, Bahira urged Abu Talib to take the boy back to Mecca immediately. He followed the advice and sent Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, home with trusted companions. The childhood of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was not easy. From an early age, he experienced loss, moving from one guardian to another. Yet, through every challenge, he was under divine protection. These trials shaped him into a resilient, wise, and compassionate leader, one who is destined to guide humanity. Were these hardships mere coincidences, or were they part of Allah's grand plan to prepare him for his prophetic mission? That's all for today's episode. Don't forget to support our channel by liking and subscribing, and stay tuned for the next episode of the Syria series. Peace and blessings be upon you.